7, but he's a karate man. He bleeds on the inside. Yeah. One night later, Musina was looking at 7-0, getting all that Yankee money, and none of it marked with a red X by Clarence Beeks. Yankees in Seattle. Musina tried to become the first Yankee to win his first 7 starts in the season since Bob Turley in '58. Yankees who have won their first 6 starts over the last 60 years. Ed Lopad, 8-0 in '51. Turley, Moose this year, and Whitey in '56. Bottom 1, Mark McLemore. It was going to be that kind of night for the M's. Top 2, Joel Pinheiro. He's not bad either. High heat to Hideki Matsui. Pinheiro allowed 4 earned on 6 hits in 6. Bottom 2, John Olerud. One of the few bright spots for Seattle. Deep to right, 1-0 ends. His second, only Musina's second home run allowed this year. 1-1 in the 4th, and the Moose gets his revenge. Olerud waves at it. Musina's 5th strikeout to that point. Yanks up 2-1 in the 6th, and Matsui wants some payback of his own. Godzilla off Pinheiro. New York up 4-1, and you know those Japanese fans, they love SportsCenter, and they love Hideki Matsui. Matsui's 3rd. Thanks for watching. Bottom 6, Musina, Dan Wilson. Moose allowed 2 runs in 8 innings, struck out 12. 8 walks and 65 Ks this year. Yankees win.
Time in the Angels' 42-year history. 2 of their former #1 draft picks facing each other. John Lackey, 99 pick against Cleveland's Brian Anderson, and 93 pick. Top 3rd, Shane Spencer. Nothing like a good piece of hickory. 2-run homer to left off Lackey. Spencer's 3rd of the year, 4-1 Tribe. Bottom 5, bases loaded. Garrett Anderson's now hit safely in 26 of 32 games this season. Didn't get the base hit there. Brian Anderson, great coverage. 3-6-1 DP. Bottom 7, 5-4 Tribe. Tim Salmon singling to center off David Elder. Scores Jeff Devannon. Salmon goes 2 for 3. He's batting .322. We're tied at 5. Then Troy Glaus is going to untie it. The single off Dave Risky. Salmon scores. Glaus 3 for 4, 2 ribs. Angels win 6-5. Omar Vizquel, by the way, another error. 5 errors this year. Had 7 all of last year.
Blue Jays in Texas. Carlos Delgado, 1 of 3, tied for the most home runs in baseball with 11. Carl Everett and Juan Gone, the other 2. Top 1. There goes Delgado. Solo shot, his 3rd in 2 nights against Texas. His 12th, so he's now leading the major leagues. He hit it. 3-0 Toronto. Top 4, Eric Hinsky to right. Juan Gone's out there. He can play some D most of the time. Hinsky goes into 2nd. But hold on. Next batter's Tom Wilson. Joaquin Benoit, though, going to throw over to 1st. Appeal. They say Hinsky never tagged 1st and home plate on Bronculpa. He agrees Hinsky is out. And Carlos Tosca is out as well, but he does not get tossed. Let's check it out. Inconclusive. Foot came awfully close to tagging the bag, and he was pretty upset. 2 batters later, Orlando Hudson. Just short. A-Rod showing why he won his first Gold Glove last year. This year, just 1 error in 155 chances so far. Bottom 4, here's Juan Gone. Off Tanyan Sturtz, his 12th. That ties Delgado for the major league lead. It's a 3-3 game. Juan Gone, 3 for 4. Bottom 6, A-Rod. His 11th, 4-3 Texas. Sturtz allowed 5 runs on 8 hits and 5 2/3. Jays down 1, 5-4 in the 8th. Hinsky to deep left, and Carl Everett's out there. Look at Carl Everett go get it. Rangers win 5-4. They snap the Blue Jays' 5-game winning streak. Red Sox and Royals, rubber game in KC. Top 2, Kyle Snyder facing Shea Hillenbrand. Manny is on 2nd, and Manny is stealing 3rd. You got to be kidding me. His first stolen base since May 28th of 2000. He would later score, in fact, on a sac fly. Manny manufacturing runs, that's his game. Not really. Snyder never even looks him back, so a heads-up play by Manny Ramirez. Oh, that Red Sox speed. It's a trademark of the ball club, a hallmark, if you will. We flash back Johnny Damon and Jeremy Giambi. You know, they both used to be Royals, but the Royals really can't afford to pay anybody, as Mike Sweeney's going to find out. And now the Red Sox, so let's see what happens. Top 7, Damon. Booed every time he returns to KC. A 2-run shot, his 5th, and the Red Sox are down 6-4. We'll get to Giambi in a minute. Later in the inning, Nomar Garcia-Parra to center. Michael Tucker's out there, and oh, it's awfully bright in Kansas City. Really. Todd Walker scores. Red Sox get within a run, 6-5, as Nomar pulls in a 3rd with a triple. Now it's Giambi's turn, tied at 6. Clutch. to right. They wave Bill Miller. Red Sox win 9-6. Boston with 4 in the 7th and 4 in the 8th. Royals have lost 2 straight. Ken Griffey Jr. reportedly shagged some fly balls before the game, trying to come back from that separated right shoulder. Jason Simon-Tachi, 4-0 career in May. 1-0 this year so far. Bottom 2, Aaron Boone. Hit the walk-off winner in the series opener. He'll jog this one around, his 7th of the year. It's 1-0 Cincinnati. Bottom 4, Boone on first this time. Simon-Tachi looks him back, tries to pick him off past Tino. Boone going to go all the way to third. First career error for Simon-Tachi. Ends the Cardinals streak of 63 2/3 errorless innings, and Boone would later score. Bottom 6, Simon-Tachi plunks Boone in the left shoulder. Next up, it's done. Is right. 2-run shot is 10th. It's 4-1. Reds with 50 homers in 34 games. It took the Reds 53 games to hit 50 homers last season. Top 8, that's it for Danny Graves, his longest career outing. 2 earned on 5 hits in 7 2/3. Had that sinker working. Got 17 ground balls. Kent Mercker on in relief, facing Jim Edmonds. Runners on the corners, 2 out. And Mercker gets out of the jam. Scott Williamson worked the 9th for his 7th save and 7 chances. Hey, the Reds, they've won 3 in a row.
Milwaukee looking for the sweep at Chicago. Brewers looking at Sean Estes, top 5th. Clendon Rush attempts the sac bunt. Mark Bellhorn starts the unconventional 5-6-4 DP. Cubs turning 3 DPs on the day. Estes, last pitch in the final DP. Brewers don't pitch hit for the pitcher rush. May wish they had. Cubs win it 2-1.
Astros hosting Pittsburgh. Bottom 6, 2-2 game. Jeff Kent facing Solomon Torres. And Jeff Kent wins. 2-run shot is 5th, 4-2 Houston. Torres filling in for the injured Josh Fogg. Gave up 4 runs on 5 hits in 5 1/3. They're loaded in the 7th for Randall Simon. He brings in 2, and Simon ties it at 4. But the Astros had a 6-4 lead in the 7th. It's Kent again. He was 4 for 5, drove in 5. Houston wins 13-4. They've won 6 in a row. That's almost as much fun as the Budweiser hot seat. White Sox and A's. Wednesday, top 3, 2-1, Ted Lilly, Maglia Ordonez. Look at the Bud Light sign right there. Keep that in mind. Eric Burns leaps, but hold on. The ball comes out and back into play. Tony Graffinino comes in. The big hurt comes in. Ordonez is going to wind up at 3rd. And the White Sox are up 3-1. What is going on out there? Well, let's take a look. Burns makes the catch, but the ball comes back out and over the fence. All right, well, still in the 3rd. Remember that Bud Light sign? Well, Ted Lilly, what's going on out there? The Bud Light sign, it busted. Burns and Chris Singleton are trying to fix it. The U is busted. Burns' fan club looking on. He and Singleton think it's fixed. Oh, hold on, guys. Eric Chavez and one of the umps are trying to fix it. Try some duct tape. Ah, that's not going to work. Fans trying to help out. Sign's still broken, but they play the sign with the oh, never mind. In the 5th, Jose Valentin to shallow center. Miguel Tejada! Almost. White Sox go up 6-1. They win 8-4 as Chicago beats the A's in Oakland for the first time since August 30th of 2000. Get that sign fixed.
Minnesota at Tampa Bay, bottom 4, raised down 4-1 against Joe Mays, whose ERA is near 10 in 3 career starts at Tropicana Field. Toby Hall, RBI single. Al Martin, RBI single. A couple batters later, Carl Crawford. RBI bloop double just inside the left field, the left line. That's fair. And the next batter, Rocco Baldelli. RBI single. 10 batters, 7 hits, 5 runs later. It's 6-4 Tampa Bay. Top 5, Joe Kennedy coming off that complete game 1 hitter against Detroit on Friday. Gives up a leadoff jack to Bobby Kilty. Same frame. AJ is going to call his granny. Brzezinski with his first career slam. Twins send 11 to the plate, go on to win 11-6. They've now won 10 straight.
Looking to extend their season-high 3-game winning streak. Gary Knotts on the mound. Top 1, Jay Gibbons. Toward right, Craig Monroe's out there, and, well, Craig Monroe, ladies and gentlemen. Would he catch it or not? Well, here's how it might have gone in April when nothing was going right for the Tigers. Monroe in April, not so much. But, you know, this is May now, so the Tigers' luck is turning. Andres Torres nearly collides with Monroe, but they make the catch. Monroe also homer, drove in 4 runs. Top 2, Brandon Inge facing Omar Dahl. How would he do? Well, in April, not so good. He was hitting 158 in April with no home runs. He was horrible. But this is May. His fate may be changing. Hitting 127 coming in a Wednesday. And Inge goes yard, a 2-run jack, his first since July 15th, and the Tigers are up 2-1. Top 4, Inge. How about one more while you're at it? His first career 2-homer game. Tigers win 9-4. They've won more games in the last 4 days than they did in the first 34 days of the season. Nice job.
San Diego at Montreal, bottom 10. Vlad Guerrero hadn't homered in his last 10 games. Gets the right pitch from Jarrett Wright. Walk-off. Spos win 12-9. Vlad ties Pedro Guerrero for the most home runs ever by a Guerrero. Derek Jeter playing in his first minor league rehab game since dislocating the shoulder on opening day, wearing a Yankees AA Trenton Thunder uni. Thunderous ovation. First at-bat, first at-pitch. Are you kidding me? Misses a homer by inches.
He was second on the team with 32 hits. Plus, he plays just about every position except pitcher. That's Mark Grace's job, of course. But now Arizona will be without Counsell for 10 to 12 weeks. He dislocated his right thumb, sliding into second base in Tuesday night's win over the Phillies. An MRI Wednesday confirmed a torn ligament. The D-backs have called up Alex Cintron from AAA Tucson, where Cintron was hitting .393. He was leading the Pacific Coast League. Phillies back at Bob Wednesday, throwing Kevin Millwood at the D-backs. Bottom 3, it's Junior Spivey facing Millwood. Into left, and Pat Burrell's out there. Full extension. Top 4 now. Bobby Abreu off Brandon Webb. Quentin McCracken back there at the wall. It's in his glove and over the fence. 2-run shot. Abreu's 5th. Luis Gonzalez just 2 for 18 versus Millwood, getting his first day off the year. McCracken said a fan hit his glove and knocked the ball loose. Fills up 2-1. Webb tagged for 3 runs on 5 hits in 7. 3 batters later, it gets worse. Tyler Houston. That is hammered to deep center. Solo shot. Houston's first is a Philly, and his first since last June. It's 3-1 Phils. Bottom 4, here's Alex Cintron in there for the injured Craig Counsell. Like we said, tearing up the PCL. But up here, it's a different story. Millwood went 7 allowed, 2 runs on 4 hits, struck out 6. Bottom 8, Real Cormier trying to preserve the win for Millwood. First pitch gets Tony Womack. Womack to ground into the 6-3 DP. Next batter, it's McCracken. To third, Tomas Perez. Nice running grab, and the Phillies win this one 5-2. Kevin Millwood now 5-1. He is 3-0 in his last 4 starts.
How about San Francisco and Florida? Josh Beckett, 2-0 career against the Giants, but with 2 out in the first after giving up 3 singles. Beckett walks Benito Santiago. That forces home Rich Aurelia. Beckett aggravated and aggravates his pitching elbow. He's removed, on his way to see an orthopedist Thursday. Giants starter Damian Moss, 4-0 this season, and he'll last longer than Beckett's 28 pitches. Gets Brian Banks swinging there. And with a runner on second in the third, Pudge Rodriguez here. Moss gives up 1 earned over 6 pitch. Irod had an ugly night. 2 on in the 6th. His team down 2-zip. He zips that pickoff attempt into right field. Marquise Grissom hustling home all the way from second. 3-0 Giants. The bottom 9 now 3-2, and Rodriguez represents the winning run at the plate. Homer Tuesday. Not a Wednesday. Back to Tim Worrell, who picks up his 10th save and 11 chances. Giants, 3-2 winners. They improved to an NL best 13-4 on the road this season.
Mets looking for their 3rd straight win, hosting the Dodgers. Mike Piazza against his former teammate, Hideo Nomo, in this one, with Piazza out again. Here's a question. Would you rather have Mo Vaughn and Mike Piazza or Tony Clark and Vance Wilson? Well, the answer is Clark and Wilson. Their production has been better even in limited action so far this year. How could you not want Tony Clark? Ask a Red Sox fan. 1-1 in the 60. Traxel to Brian Jordan. Slow roller, infield single. 2-1 Dodgers as Sean Green scores. Traxel allowed 2 runs on 5 hits in 7. Tying run at third in the 6th. Nomo. That's why you wouldn't want Tony Clark. Nomo allowed only 1 earned on 3 hits in 7 1/3. Struck out 4. Bottom 8, Piazza. Pinch hitting for Traxel. Did he go? first base up, Lance Barksdale. No, he didn't swing. It's a walk. That will be it for Nomo. Tom Martin facing Robbie Alomar. First pitch, and right back at you, the 1-4-3. And Martin comes in a tough spot, gets the job done. Bottom 9, Eric Gagne, Tony Clark. Again, you don't want him. Gagne's 11 save and 11 chances. Dodgers win 2-1.